My name is Zachary Goldberg. I'm Ethics Innovation Manager at Trilateral Research, and I'm going to be talking about explainability, transparency, and traceability. Explainability can be divided into the how, technical explainability, and the why, human or social explainability. So how does this algorithm work? And why am I seeing this output? And why is it important to me? Another way to think about it is front-end explainability, the why, and back-end explainability, the how. To define it, we can say, given a particular audience, an explainable artificial intelligence, or XAI, is one that produces details or reasons to make its functioning clear or easy to understand, and integrates itself into existing social and human processes. The objective of XAI is to meaningfully support human decision-making. Now, there are two significant but tricky parts to this definition. The first is given a particular audience, and the second is meaningfully support human decision-making. Now, first, we know from research into teaching and pedagogy that learners will learn things in different ways. Some people might be better visual learners, some people might be better auditory learners. It just depends. If XAI is going to work, it has to take into consideration these different ways of learning. Secondly, different groups will have different ways of making decisions, different decision-making processes that are embedded in that organization. So for example, the UK police use the national decision model. So any explanation has to fit into this model so that they can take it up and use the information that's provided to them. The second part of this definition that is really significant but sometimes tricky is the meaningfulness part. When we're explaining something about an AI tool, we don't just want to explain any old information. We want the explanation to be meaningful. So in order to make an explanation meaningful, developers have to really understand not just the decision-making processes of the end user, which I already alluded to, but also the decision-making objectives of that end user. What is important to that end user, and why are they making decisions for the goals that they're making decisions for? To illustrate, CESIUM is an application we developed for combating and preventing child exploitation. In creating this application, we took careful steps to ensure that characteristics such as socioeconomic status, ethnic background, or the location of one's residency could not serve as proxies for risk of exploitation. But ensuring that this did not occur was only the first step. We also needed to communicate and explain this to the end user. To achieve this goal, we developed several front-end XAI features that allow the end user to see the importance of the different features that influence the algorithm's output. Additionally, we work closely with the end user to try out different visualizations, including graphs, descriptive sentences, the placement of information on the screen, all in order to determine the optimal ways for explaining the relevant information in a meaningful way. Closely linked to explainability is being transparent about the elements relevant to an AI system. The data collected and processed, the scope of the tool, the processes to build it, putting revision and governance procedures in place. Transparency is an essential building block of trustworthy and ethical AI. To trust AI tools, people need to be able to peer inside the processes used to build the AI. We're proud to be early adopters of the UK Algorithmic Transparency Standard, which we've implemented across the company in research, product development, and client services. Traceability is one of our principal means to achieve explainability and transparency. Data collection, data labeling, and the processes used in an AI system must be documented as clearly as possible to allow for transparency, audits, updates, and revisions. Traceability provides the means to identify and fix mistakes and to continually improve AI design and the uptake of tools by users. In addition to following the UK Algorithmic Transparency Standard, which includes robust documentation guidelines, we've developed our own data provenance framework, and we've been performing data protection impact assessments and ethical impact assessments on our products and as a service for clients for over 15 years.